Hello everyone, my name is Deepak Vegaratu and my registration number is YORK17CS027 and I'm from Carnegie University. I'm doing this video as a part of my web technology class. So this is a mini project which is done by me and web technology. So, uh, so in this video I'm going to talk to you about this mini project. So what I've done is basically an online shopping cart, as you can see on the screen. So I've used HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, and PHP to get together a proper online shopping cart. So what HTML stands for is Hypertext Markup Language, which we use to make web pages in general. And CSS and Bootstrap are for styling the web page. And PHP is used to carry out functions and various other operations in the backend of the server. So PHP is a server-side scripting language, and then in this project we needed a server because the project is hosted online and the data has to be sent to the server. So I've used zero web host, as you can see on my screen. Okay, this is my project. So I'll just show you the home page of my project. So here's the home page of my project. So now let us go through the code. Okay, first of all, take you through the index file. In my index file, as you can see on your screen, we have a lot of attributes, elements, and all. So this is basically this statement at the rate import stack part that bootstrap serial. This statement is used to uh, include the bootstrap file into this particular page so that I could use the bootstrap additional elements to style my page. And these are CSS stylings: body, login box, text box. Okay, as you can see, the ones with dot are classes. Dot btn is a class of btn, and anything with a hash will refer to the ID, and then header will refer to the header tag directly, as you can see, header tag. So, welcome to Project Mini Amazon. That's my header. So you've already seen. I'll take you back. So welcome to Project Mini Amazon. And next we have our enter username. As you can see, enter username. Uh, this we have it with a pattern. So you can see on your screen, enter username, placeholder, enter username, and enter password. And the pattern, we've decided the pattern to be either capitals or small letters or numbers. Okay, and then the range is the 4 to 15. And similarly to password, we have the type as password and then placeholder pattern. That's it. And then we have a button. So we've used all these: class is equal to button, class is equal to FFLog. So basically, what we've done here is this is for Bootstrap. Uh, we've used these class and other attributes like IDs to in CSS to style our elements. So now I'll take you through the PHP code. So once you've given your data in this login page, it will go to the validate page. I'll show you why it goes to the validate page and why not any other page. So just a second. Index.php. Yes. So I'll zoom in a bit here. As you can see on the screen, uh, in the form, it says action is equal to validate.php and method is equal to post. So this post method is the method through which we'll be accessing these elements by their names. As you can see that we have the name password for this, and then for this name as name, and then the file which it will be taken to is validate.php. Okay, so this will take us to validate.php and take you through the script. Just a second. In validate.php, this is PHP file. So in this we'll be using, okay, sessions and other PHP code. So PHP code is basically written in this, okay, PHP, and then this, so it's here on the screen, and we have a name, dollar name. So all these PHP variables, they start with the dollar symbol. So we don't have to define the type of the variable in PHP. So dollar name, so it is equal to dollar underscore post. So this is our post method. If I had given get over there, I could use get to get the name of this element, but post is better compared to get, as it does not put your data openly in the URL section. Or we can use request for either for get, both for get and post requests. I'm sorry. So we have the condition here, conditional if statement, which states if name is equal to admin and password is equal to admin, echo script location, okay, href shopping cart. This is the index of where it should be heading to next if the condition matches. And in the else statement, we have what to do and where to go if the condition doesn't match. So I'll show you both. So I'll give some random password, not the one, just to show you. Okay, so here we have admin. admin. So this is my proper password, but what if this is the wrong password? So as you can see, it's redirecting to the home page itself. So it's not logging in. That's how we log in. Now I'll log into the page. Now, so if it will go, we'll be go heading to section.php now. So second.php, I'm sorry. So in second.php, we have our basic CSS and bootstrap styling, and inside this we have our center tag. I'll show you center. So this is our center tag, and this is the background image. Okay. So and then we have our form with action validate.php. So this will be redirecting us to validate.php when we click the submit button. Okay, method is post. Input type is equal to checkbox. So we are using input types. So we have different types of input types, checkbox. So we've used CSS to get these kind of imagery text box. So, but in HTML, we have to select them differently using CSS. We won't get to select an image. So this is the bootstrap which I've used here. Also, as you can see, the background of this t-shirt is color matched with this. Similarly, its jacket is color matched. Also, jeans is color matched. So let's say I want a jacket, and then clothing item we have. For clothing item we have so women, men, and children. This is of type radio button. Okay, so women. So what this, how this page is designed is to allow the user to buy one item at a time. Okay, if it's jacket, you'll be buying one jacket at a time. If I had to buy multiple items, what I had to do was really easy. So basically, put this and this checkbox into a for loop and check how many inputs we have under the checkbox. Okay, and then take multiple inputs. That is easy, but due to the real world constraint, so how I've designed my page is to take one input at a time. So let's say women's, okay, or men's. Since this is a radio button, we can only take one at a time. So let's see, radio button, and now we have to select the quantity. white. As you can see on the screen, we are using select and options for this. Now, if I click, so next, it will take me to enter your shipping information. So this is here we have our details that we have to fill. Okay, so I'll show you where we go next. So first of all, it'll take us to validate.php first, where it will be validating. Okay, so list is equal to post. Basically, we're creating PHP variables and then copying the values into the PHP variable, and then we're starting a session. So with session, how session works is basically, let's say we have three pages, 1, 2, and 3. So whatever the input that we give in page 1 can be accessed in page 2, but it will not be stored for page 3. So what we do is we start a session and store the variables in the session, I mean the values of the variables. As you can see on the screen, we have session of list is equal to a dollar list. So this is the variable name in session. Okay, session of list will give me the value which is within the list. So using session, we can store the value, I mean, and access it across multiple web pages that come under the same domain. Okay, as long as the session is started. Now, as you can see, it will be copied and then will get redirected to this location. That it's SF dot slash third dot php. We'll go to third dot php now. This is basic CSS bootstrap styling. So I have my field set. What field set is this border, as you can see. Okay, this border is called as PSC field set. We can also add text in between. Okay, now we have our first name, last name, everything with placeholder and patterns, street address and city and state. I'll use my system to give details. Okay, so here are my details. So what kind of shipping do I want? Let's say I want express. Okay, let's pick standard. As you can see, as per the pattern, there's supposed to be a range for this. So the range is 4 to 15, and it may be crossing. Let's see. Let's limit the range and then move on. So now, also we have a range for this too. That's a Carolina as well. Okay. So now will be redirected to the display.php. So now I'll show you how display.php works. There's a problem internally. Just a moment, I'll be logging in here. And as it gets further, I'll show you my document, how I've done my document. Let the page load in the background. So here I have a brief overview of the technology that I've used: HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, and PHP. These are for front end. This is for back end. And then software requirement: if you're local, you can use the WAMP server to run your PHP files locally, and then 00 web host to run it. So to host it online. Then I've given about the project. So I've given basic details about the project and what is the shopping process. And then I have my source codes, and these are really long source codes actually. So this might take a while. I'll go through fast. So here I have my index.php page. Second.php. This is my third.php. So this is my login, and then we have other ones. So finally, this is my order details page where we'll be heading next. the username, password, and I'll just log in now. As it loads, I'll also tell you about how I've used these headers and footers, and also as you could see in the background, we have this background image, right? So how do I get that background image? So what I do is I give an ID or a class for this whole body tag, and then in that I access it by calling it in the CSS styling section, and then I say background image is equal to the URL of this image. So that's how I get this. And similarly, we have okay, welcome back everyone. Okay, so as you could see, okay, previously their server went down probably, so it wasn't working. But the server is back up. So as you could see on the screen, I've given the details, right? So I'll press continue, and now you can see we have our details printed. These are just okay copied into the variables and printed, but these are actually copied into the session. But because if you remember, these these details were entered at before, like the 2 pages before. I'll go back and show it to you. Okay, here. So there is a page in between, and then we have these. So sorry, here. I'm just have to press continue. So so because of that, we have to use session to get these variables here. I mean the values of the clothes selected and gender, etc. And then this is my footer. Actually, I haven't talked to you about the headers and footers. Just a second, I'll show you the code. So in the footer, what happens is just I'll manage. Yeah, we have it. And in the footer, so I'll go to display.php. We have display.php here. So footer is used to basically get the text at the ending of the page. So how I've got this transparent shade is by using opacity, and then that specific color I had to use RGB, okay, to get that color. As you can see, I'm aligning to the center, and then background color is white, opacity is 0.5. Similarly to the header at the beginning, and also so you can check if I've missed anything. Okay, this I told you this is gradient. There is also radial gradient. Um, okay, I pretty much covered everything, I guess. So okay, this is the header that I was talking about. So thank you for watching my video. This is my mini project, and that's how you do a mini project. If you have any questions regarding this, please post it in the comment section, and I'll be replying to it. Also, okay, I must have missed this. So basically, when you work locally in your system, in the server, local server, what happens is we tend to give our one second, I'll show it here. Links. Okay, let's go for valid.php. So we'll be using header and then location to redirect basically, but a header and redirect won't work when it comes to online. So what you have to do is use the syntax echo and then script your URL and close the script and then exit, because if you don't exit, there might be some internal errors because we're starting our session here. And then also there's one other thing. um, finally at display.php, if you need to access your session variables, you need this .ht access file. Okay, so in this you have to use php underscore flag output underscore buffering on. So output buffering should be turned on using .ht access. If you don't have it, just make one here .ht access and then use that. I'll show it here. PHP underscore flag output underscore buffering on, and then you'll be getting those variables. I'll just show what happens when we cut this off. So the file don't exist. So now I'll go to my index again. So admin, let's say I want a t-shirt. So I've used span tag to get these colors specifically for each element. Uh, I had to color match and all. So that's it. Also, there was one other constraint where if I hadn't checked any of the boxes, it would be redirecting to the same page. So basically, that happens in the else statement. So we have everything. So as you can see, my details are not being printed. I'll show you. I'll give I'll turn the output buffering on. Now let's go back and continue again. Now we have the details. Right. Thank you for watching my video. Uh, please like, share, and subscribe.